Not everyone who hurts you is a bad person. Some people are just struggling, immature, or going through something. But there are genuinely bad people. People who will destroy you without remorse. Who manipulate consciously. Who enjoy causing harm. And they follow patterns that are visible if you know what to look for. Let me show you the 8 behaviors that separate truly bad people from people who are just flawed. Because recognizing these patterns early can save you years of damage. Warning sign 1. They test your boundaries immediately and repeatedly. Within the first few interactions, they'll push. They'll ask for something slightly unreasonable. They'll make a comment that's almost too far. They'll cross a small boundary and watch how you react. This isn't accidental. It's assessment. They're testing whether you'll enforce your limits or let things slide. If you let the small violation pass, they know they can escalate. If you push back, they typically move on to easier targets. Research from the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit shows that predatory individuals, whether in relationships or other contexts, consistently test boundaries early to identify compliant victims. This isn't paranoia. It's documented pattern. Good people respect boundaries when you set them. Bad people test them to see if you'll defend them. Pay attention to how someone responds the first time you say no. That tells you everything. Warning sign 2. They never take accountability. Ever. When they hurt someone, it's always someone else's fault. They were provoked, misunderstood. The victim is too sensitive. They had no choice. The circumstances made them do it. There's always an explanation that removes their responsibility. This is different from someone who struggles with accountability, but eventually gets there. Truly bad people have a completely external locus of control for their harmful behavior. Nothing is ever their fault. They're always the victim of their own actions. Studies on antisocial personality patterns show that lack of accountability is one of the most consistent markers, because taking responsibility requires empathy for the person you hurt and recognition that your behavior caused harm. Bad people lack the empathy and don't care about the harm. If you notice someone has hurt multiple people in their life and has never, not once, acknowledged they were wrong without massive qualification, that's not someone who makes mistakes. That's someone who doesn't believe rules apply to them. Warning sign 3. They isolate their targets from outside perspectives. Early in the relationship, friendship, or dynamic, they start subtly separating you from other people. Your friends don't understand you like they do. Your family is toxic or judgmental. Other people are jealous of what you two have. They create an us versus them mentality where they're your only ally in a hostile world. This isn't about genuine connection. It's about removing outside perspectives that might warn you about them. Because isolation makes you dependent on their version of reality. Research on coercive control shows isolation is a foundational tactic of abusers and manipulators. Once you're isolated, they can reshape your perception without interference. Your reality becomes whatever they say it is, because there's no one else to provide alternative perspective. Good people encourage your other relationships. They're secure enough that they don't need to be your only source of connection. Bad people need you isolated so they can control you completely. Warning sign 4. They're extremely charming to outsiders, but cruel in private. In public or with certain people, they're charismatic, generous, beloved. But behind closed doors, with you or other targets, they're cold, cruel, demeaning. The contrast is stark and confusing. This is intentional. The public charm serves 2 purposes. It makes people less likely to believe you if you try to expose them, and it makes you doubt yourself. If everyone else sees them as wonderful, maybe you're the problem. Studies on covert abuse show that perpetrators often maintain pristine public images, specifically to discredit victims. When your experience contradicts everyone else's perception, you start questioning your own reality. That's exactly what they want. Pay attention to people whose private behavior doesn't match their public persona. Small differences are normal. Stark contradictions are red flags. Warning sign 5. They show pleasure in others' pain, not just indifference. Actual enjoyment. They smile when they hurt you. They seem energized when you're upset. They bring up painful topics with a glint in their eye. They engineer situations where you'll be embarrassed or hurt and watch with satisfaction. This is sadism, and it's not something everyone has in small doses. Most people feel uncomfortable when they cause pain, even accidentally. Bad people seek it out and enjoy it. Research on dark triad personality traits shows that subclinical sadism, enjoyment of others' suffering, is a reliable predictor of harmful behavior. This isn't someone with poor emotional regulation. This is someone who gets reward from your pain. If you notice someone seems happier when you're struggling, if they accidentally keep doing things that hurt you, if they watch your reactions to painful things with what looks like interest or amusement, run. That's not fixable. That's dangerous. Warning sign 6. They rewrite history constantly. What happened last week isn't what they say happened. Conversations you had never occurred according to them. Things they said, they claim they never said. They're constantly gaslighting. Not through occasional misremembering, but through systematic reality distortion. This is different from normal memory differences. This is intentional. They're testing whether they can make you doubt your own perception. And if they can, they know they can control what you believe about everything, including their mistreatment of you. Studies show that repeated, confident contradiction of someone's memories, even when they're certain, will eventually make them doubt themselves. Bad people use this intentionally to destabilize your sense of reality so you become dependent on their version. If someone regularly tells you things didn't happen the way you remember, and they do it with complete confidence, especially about things you're certain about, they're not confused, they're manipulating. Warning sign 7. They have a trail of destroyed relationships and burned bridges. Everyone from their past is crazy, toxic, or wrong to them. Ex-partners are all psycho. Former friends all betrayed them. Family members are all terrible. No one from their past speaks well of them. 1 or 2 difficult relationships, normal. A pattern where every single person from their past is portrayed as the villain. Tatisi, terret, flag. Because the common factor in all those destroyed relationships is them. Research on interpersonal patterns shows that people who consistently destroy relationships share specific traits: inability to take accountability, lack of empathy, pattern of escalating mistreatment. They don't maintain long-term relationships because eventually people see who they are and leave. If someone has no long-term friendships, if everyone who used to be close to them now isn't, if they speak about everyone from their past with contempt, you're not going to be the exception. You're going to be the next person they destroy and then vilify. Warning sign 8. They love bomb, then devalue. At the beginning, they're perfect, attentive, generous, understanding. Everything you ever wanted. They mob fast, create intense connection, make you feel special. Then, once you're invested, they flip. Cold, critical, dismissive, cruel. This isn't someone whose feelings changed. This is a calculated pattern. The love bombing is bait. It gets you attached. Creates a baseline of how good things can be. Then the devaluation starts. But you stay because you remember how good it was and keep trying to get back to that. Studies on narcissistic and antisocial relationship patterns show this cycle is deliberate. The initial perfection isn't real. It's performance designed to hook you. Once you're hooked, the real person emerges. And by then, you're too invested to leave ISM. If someone seems too perfect too fast, if the connection feels intense and immediate in a way that doesn't match the actual time you've known them, real connection builds gradually. Manufactured connection explodes instantly, then collapses just as fast. Here's what all 8 signs have in common. They're about power and control, not about human imperfection. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has flaws. Everyone can be difficult sometimes. But bad people operate from a fundamentally different place. They see other people as tools or toys. They lack genuine empathy. They believe they're entitled to whatever they want, regardless of who it hurts, and they're consistent. One of these behaviors once might be a bad day or a miscommunication. The pattern of these behaviors is who they are. Trust patterns, not explanations. Trust actions over words. Trust your gut when it's screaming that something's wrong, even if you can't articulate why. The purpose of knowing these signs isn't to become paranoid. It's to recognize danger early so you can protect yourself. Because the best time to deal with a bad person is before they deeply embedded in your life. Once they're in, extraction becomes exponentially harder. If you're seeing multiple signs from this list in someone you know, especially in someone you're in a relationship with or considering getting closer to, Take it seriously. Don't explain it away. Don't give them chances to prove you wrong. Just create distance. You don't owe dangerous people your benefit of the doubt. You don't owe them time to show you who they are slowly. When someone shows you these patterns, believe them immediately and leave. Because the cost of being wrong about a good person is you miss out on a relationship. The cost of being wrong about a bad person is you get destroyed. Those aren't equivalent risks. Protect yourself. Trust the warning signs, and remember that genuinely good people don't require you to ignore red flags to see their goodness. Their goodness is obvious without you having to explain away concerning behavior. Bad people count on you giving them chances, believing their explanations, hoping they'll change. Don't. The patterns tell you everything you need to know. Listen to them